what the big deal about Cracker Jack is. Did you ever go and buy a pack of Cracker Jack thinking you're going to get a prize and find no prize in the box?
You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
Freehand is beating his net at the plate. Crawford is over there watching. Good see, sir. You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on. Oh, I must be in the front row.
So, yeah, the Tigers are out of it. The big question now is what to do with Tarik Skubal. And I was kind of amazed how quickly Tigers fans and media in general is like, well, you just got to trade him. You know, they're not going to pay him. There's no chance that they're just going to run it back. You have to get something for him. I kind of feel like the Tigers are in a really good spot in a way. They have a lot of options. I don't think they have to do anything. The way it's being portrayed in the media or fans calling into Detroit Sports Talk Radio are framing it. I think they've got three good options, and I could live with any of them. If they get the right deal to trade him this offseason, let's do it. I just read a thing on either The Athletic or MajorLeagueBaseball.com, comparing similar situations. The Corbin Burns 2 years ago, Garrett Crochet last year. What kind of return could the Tigers reasonably ask for or expect for Skubal? 1 year of service for Skubal, but he is probably going to be the 2-time reigning Cy Young Award winner. I think this is a little bit unprecedented. So whatever we've seen happen before, I think he could blow out of the water for a return. What I just saw on MLB.com was they're thinking 3 or 4 top 100 prospects for 1 year of service from Skubal. And if those are the right prospects, I could live with that. I think Tigers fans could live with that. There's two main teams I've seen connected to this, and that could actually fulfill that would be the Mets and the Boston Red Sox. Both have 4 top 100 prospects that might be appealing. I think 4 is probably a bit of a reach considering Garrett Crochet only got 2 prospects, 2 top 100, Kyle Teal, and I forget the other guy, the other Montgomery.
Yeah.
I think is who he got. So I think we could get more than that. So I think 3 top 100 prospects would be it. But the Mets could do it, and the Mets could also do it and then have the wherewithal and the resources to sign Skubal for whatever extension he wants. I think that's realistic. The Red Sox, they could do the same thing. They've got 4 top 100 prospects that they can move. Tigers have to get a top 20 pitching prospect back is the key to all this. And I think both the Red Sox and the Mets could do that. I think they have those. So I think it's realistic. And I think that's palatable. I think Tigers fans could understand it, and I think it could help the organization. I think they could become a better team. Maybe not next year, but I think down the road I think it would help the organization. They already have arguably the best farm system there is, and there's more top talent matriculating to the major league club next year. Kevin McGonigal, namely, maybe the best hitting prospect the Tigers have ever had. He should be in the infield someplace next year. The key is the rotation, which obviously would take a massive hit losing Tarik Skubal. So that kind of leads me to the second option is just holding on to him. Just run it back. Lay it all on the line. Let's go for a fucking World Series while we have the best pitcher on the planet. If we don't get that offer, that offer you can't refuse, the Godfather offer, run it back. Like, let's just see. It's not like the Tigers have zero resources. Why not sign another top pitching free agent out there? Maybe Dylan Cease, maybe Framber Valdez. Why can't they attract that? They have enough money to get somebody like that. Technically, they probably have enough money to get Skubal back, but they're not. You just know they're not going to spend it. But why not run it back, bolster the rotation, add some more offensive depth? Just say, hey, we're going for it in 2026, especially considering how different the baseball landscape could look in 2027 and beyond, as we have this labor strife looming. And most likely there's going to be a salary cap, which means everything is going to be radically different. So the Tigers not extending Skubal and just running it back for this final season might make perfect sense in an uncertain landscape going forward. I think I would be on board with that. If things aren't going well, they could trade him at the trade deadline, and maybe get some of that back. If things are going great, hell yeah, we'll just run it back, head to the playoffs again in another weak NL or AL Central Division. I think that's a realistic possibility. I don't hear many people talking about, oh, you got to get something for him. I mean, technically, we would get a compensatory end of the first round pick if he left as a free agent in 2027, which is something, I guess, not what we're looking for. But I'm willing to gamble that for a potential shot at a World Series while you have the best pitcher in the world. The final and least likely option is to extend him, which, I mean, there's already reports that the Tigers and Skubal's camp are $250 million apart. There was a rumor that last year's branded uncompetitive offer was 4 years, $100 million. So it sounds like the Boris and Skubal camp is asking for $350 million and who knows how many years. Of course, all these rumors, the big thing came out last week from John Heyman reported. Well, he's not getting that information from the Tigers. He's getting that information from Scott Boras, who's trying to create a market for his client. So those numbers are ridiculous. $350 million, that would be the highest paid pitcher of all time. The current highest paid pitcher is Garrett Cole, which I think is $325. He got hurt at the beginning of the year, didn't pitch at all, and the Yankees fucking flamed out. So how is that? I mean, obviously the Yankees can absorb that, but it doesn't work when you pay pitchers that much for that long term. Skubal turns 29 next month, so he'll be in his 29 year season. I don't see him getting better after next year. Do you? I mean, how I think the Tigers timed this perfectly. They're getting the absolute best years out of Skubal they possibly could, and if they tried to extend him, I think there's diminishing returns on that for whoever gets him. I think he's going to be a very good pitcher going forward, but I think we're seeing the peak, and maybe next year and maybe further down, but whatever the Tigers would be paying for down the road would be sub what we're used to with Skubal, not the 2-time Cy Young Award potentially winner. So I don't mind if the Tigers aren't going to pay an outrageous amount that Scott Boras just decides that's the market. And if some ridiculous club like the Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, whoever just decide to pay him down the road, fine. I don't think it's going to work out for them. They can absorb it. The Tigers just can't the same way those super clubs can. So I think it's going to be a weird offseason. I think it's going to be interesting because Skubal is definitely top of mind. I mean, he's one of the top headlines on my MLB lineup email that came in this morning, despite the World Series on the horizon. So Skubal's going to be a big story that we'll be talking about in this offseason. And I'm kind of cool with any direction it ends up going.
Yeah, I think the difference, back to an earlier comment you made over Crochet and Skubal, is Crochet, despite his performance, is still kind of an unknown because of coming off the surgery, having the limited innings count.
And this is his first real full season, and he performed.
So Boston,
last year he could have gotten a lot more.
Right. It's almost as if the Sox had the wherewithal to extend him.
Yeah.
And got the year that the Red Sox got out of him, then traded him.
Yep.
They would have gotten 3 to 4 prospects like they're talking about with Skubal. And that's why I think they're saying that Skubal numbers double, because you've got a thus far, pretty, he's had a couple minor setbacks, right? I believe, but you've had a pretty injury-free pitcher, 2-time Cy Young Award winner.
Potentially.
The numbers are all there.
Yeah.
He's performed well enough to win the Cy Young.
So you agree with the premise that he is worth 3 to 4, maybe 4 top 100 prospects?
I do. I think he's worth double Crochet just because of less of an unknown. And I hate to say this, but I agree with your approach 100%. From a fan standpoint,
this is weird. It's a whole new thing. We're supposed to be enemies now.
Well, I know, but like I'll say this though, from a world championship starved fan, I like the idea of keeping him and spending the money.
Yeah,
keeping him for one more year, not extending him, keeping him for one more year and having a go for it year.
Yeah, and I think this is the time to. It's an unprecedented time to be able to do that with probably a work stoppage in 2027. Yes. You can put all your cards in, say fuck the future. We have no idea what's going to be. Let's go nuts.
Yes. So I don't know. I think either way, the Tigers probably come out in a pretty good fucking position on this. So
yeah,
unless somehow Scott Harris it gets royally fucked up somehow. But I think
if he gets a terrible return, if he does end up trading him, if he gets a lesser prospect haul than I'm proposing, I think that's where things go south. But I don't think he needs to do that. I don't think he needs to feel like he's in a position where he has to do that.
No, exactly. There's a lot of GMs with talented players who are in, positions like the Tigers are, where there's something you don't have to necessarily do anything. Yeah. The balls, I think you have control of it. So
I think the White Sox hand was forced. I don't think Chris Getz could have gotten much more, because what were they going to do? They couldn't just say, "Oh, we're just going to hold on to him." Well, you weren't in a position where it made any sense to hold on to Crochet. So that's where I think things are different. Also, things have aligned really well for the Tigers, considering the two teams that would be very interested in having Skubal and could possibly extend him beyond just trading for him. They have the prospect capital that the Tigers would want. So I think that everything is sort of aligning in a way. And I don't think a lot of people are talking about how Scott Harris is in a position of power. He's not in a position of weakness right now. So I like that.
One guy poured beer all over my head. The guy said, "How can you take that?" I said, "Look, that man didn't do nothing. He poured some beer on my head. He's just showing he's a White Sox fan. There ain't nothing wrong with that."
Sparky, a million thanks for, as always, the most interesting interview. And now today, let's just have a lot of thrilling baseball and not so many fisticuffs.
Word Hole Media.